Well, hello everyone, Reverend Carol here, and I'm going to be bringing you the story today. And it's about accessing the presence of God that is within each one of us through prayer. You know, unity was founded on prayer, and that's our foundation. And, you know, it's a way to build our relationship with God that lives within us, and an awareness of that inner wisdom. And it's how we create that spiritual life. It is through prayer. Our affirmation for this story is, my heart is connected to spirit through prayer. Now I'm going to say that 2 more times, and I hope you'll join in with me. My heart is connected to spirit through prayer. My heart is connected to spirit through prayer. All right. The story today is Monica's Complicated Quilt. It is possible to make a new friend anywhere. Monica and Gwen became friends during a beginner's quilting class on Saturday mornings. Together, they looked at fabric, cut out pieces, and compared designs. They both wanted to make quilts for their mothers. After the last class, the girls were chatting with Eileen, the young teacher. Eileen was older than Monica and Gwen, and she was out of high school. But Eileen felt like a friend now too, and she had been a terrific teacher. She knew a lot about sewing, and she was an expert quilter. And the girls thought her designs were really neat and not too old-fashioned. Eileen wished them luck on their projects. That is a wonderful idea, but it could get tricky, so remember, I'm happy to help you if you need it. You could even come over to my house to work on it if you like. Call me anytime. She gave them her phone number. The girls were sure they could handle it themselves, but told Eileen they would call her if they needed an expert. And they went home and got started right away. It wasn't too long before Gwen needed help. She couldn't ask her mom. That would spoil the surprise. So she got out Eileen's number and called. But the line was busy. She planned to call back later, but she got distracted playing games with her brother, and she forgot. The next day, she tried working on her quilt again, but didn't know what to do. Since Eileen lived nearby, Gwen walked over to her home. She tapped lightly on the door, feeling a little shy about asking for help. The house was near the schoolyard, and Gwen could see some of her classmates on the playground. When there was no answer, she ran off to join the kids on the playground. Monica had also realized she couldn't finish her quilt without help. She called Eileen and also got a busy signal. She tried calling every hour, all day, without any luck. First thing the next morning, Monica went over to Eileen's house. As she knocked on the door, she heard the kids calling her from the playground. But she just waved and kept on knocking. There was a doorbell too, and she tried that, but no one answered. She couldn't give up. She really needed help. As Monica looked through the windows, she saw a couple of lights on and a cup of tea on the table, and then she noticed a car was in the driveway. It certainly looked like Eileen was home. Monica didn't want to get in trouble, but she went around the house to the backyard gate. It was locked, but Monica kept walking around the fence until there was a crack she could see through. She pressed her eye up against the fence, hoping there wasn't a mean dog on the other side. She thought she saw someone moving around in the garden. Eileen, Eileen, are you there? Monica called loudly. Suddenly the back gate opened and Eileen appeared. She had her gardening gloves and her sun hat on, and she was smiling. "Monica, I knew that was your voice. Come on in." Eileen greeted her warmly. When Monica told Eileen about the problem she was having with her quilt, Eileen insisted they work together to get it done that same day. "I'm so glad you kept trying to get in touch with me," Eileen told her. "My mom has been sick and I've been on the phone a lot, so it was great that you came over and didn't give up." When they finished the quilt, it was beautiful. Monica couldn't wait to show it to Gwen. Gwen was impressed with the quilt, and she asked, "How did you get Eileen to help you? She never answered me when I tried to reach her." Monica smiled and asked her friend, "How hard did you try, really?" "She was so nice, and she really wants to help us. You could try again." Do you think Gwen really believed that Eileen would be there for her? How do you think you can feel God's love within when praying? Do you think you can feel your connection with God if you only think about asking once? Yeah, sometimes to feel that connection, it has to be something that's a practice, something that we do on a consistent basis. That means maybe doing it every day. And when we feel that connection, then those answers and the help that we need comes through. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. And I'm hoping that maybe you'll come to church this Sunday. Our YFM classes are not open, but the sanctuary is. And this Sunday will be our senior minister, Reverend Anna's last Sunday. So I hope you will come to our celebration, not only during the services, but shortly after the services. Until then, know that we miss you. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.